let's talk about the big man, which is God. Hello people of the world and 91BTV. My name is Kevin Jackson and welcome to this episode of Kevin's Mangas Friendship and Love. Chadwick Boseman. I remember I was out that day. I was, getting a new computer for myself and, I had a lot of traffic that I faced on the road and really kind of tired. Took a shower, went into my bed and checked Twitter and saw that Chadwick Boseman died. It was crazy. It affected me, man. It affected me. I thought about it and I was very hurt by it, man, that he suddenly died. And I was like, this man is young. What did he die of? And, we start to look more deep into it and then we realize, oh shoot, he died of colon cancer, which affects African Americans more than it does other ethnicities. And it's crazy that he died so soon. And looking back on it and reading more about it, you realize that, oh shoot, that he actually knew and his family knew, but he didn't tell anybody else about that. And that's actually crazy that secret actually held on for such a long time. And it was finally revealed once his passing. I think Chadwick Boseman's death affects all of us. I mean, he was the first actor to play Black Panther on the big screen, and that inspired so many kids and so many little black and brown kids that you can make it, and it kind of inspires them to be like, hey, like I could look up to somebody, a nice superhero, a dope superhero, someone that takes pride in who they are and that's and what they do, serving the kingdom. And it's crazy, that he played not just that character, but so many other characters, Jackie Robinson, and he was in so many more movies after he was diagnosed. Like that's crazy. And he looked well, up until April this year. He was on Instagram Live and he wasn't looking too hot. He was like losing a lot of weight, we can tell. And I was like, man, I hope he doesn't have corona or anything like that. People said that they were mocking him. I didn't really know about that, but just to see that, like, that was like it was coming down to the end for him, then it's just like knowing that now is just it's so sad, man. Like his death probably impacts me second to Kobe, because Kobe's death, it was like a whole week that I was just mourning and thinking about him, because that was just the way that he died as well. But Chadwick Boseman, it's still impactful, and I'll probably be thinking about it for some time to come, and rewatch some of his movies. I haven't even seen The Five Bloods yet, but to see how well that he acts in it, and his passion and his vigor and his dedication to the task, and something about his secrecy, just like really it's honorable that he didn't really want to go out there and show people that or have people feel guilty for him, or no, not really guilty, but have people that feel pity for him in a situation that if you want to go do something, you go out of there and do it. It doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter what disability you may have, or what problems may be stopping your way. You can do what you want to do, and a lot of people are posting the scene of him in Black Panther where he goes to visit his dad, in the afterlife, and it's like they're never really gone, they're always still here. And I just hope that he was a Christian, and I hope that he's doing well, in heaven. And to speak about the God part now, it kind of reflects on my own life in my own faith, because earlier this year in April, I felt led to be a leader in a Christian club at my college, and I applied for the application, and there was a number of different options you can pick for as a leader. I didn't know specifically, so I kind of prayed about it, and then God was like, okay, I think I felt a call into like to be an outreach leader. So to start another Christian club on other campuses near mine, which was at Laverne and at Mount Sac. I also put in there that I also felt called to be a Bible study leader for the engineering major, the major that I was in. And I felt like all those three positions that I applied for, I felt like that I would be capable of doing it. Then I got the call back around a week later for a phone interview, and they said, "Hey man, just want to let you know that your position for engineering major was approved. So we're glad to be working with you, man. And if that's something that you really want to do, then just let us know." Wasn't my other two options that I thought that that was like the first picks on me, but I was very ecstatic for it, and I accepted it. Then COVID happened, and everything is shutting down, everything's closing, schools all online, and they said online for fall and maybe even for spring. So I knew that going into the school year, I was gonna have to lead a Bible study, mostly online, and that was I was definitely concerned about that. Felt a little bit of fear of how can I do this. I was prepared for in person because I'm able to recruit a lot of people that are in engineering for the Bible study, and with this is gonna be a little bit more difficult because my online skills are not that good, even though I got a whole YouTube channels. So then we had a few meetings with all the leaders and with the staff about, hey man, like this is how we're gonna see it. Like this is how we're gonna see the future. We don't necessarily know what's happening, but we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. And I was like, you know what? It's gonna happen. I might as well just continue with it, man. At the same time that everything was going online, my church was going online. We had a place in Pomona. We were renting out the school gym, and unfortunately the school was like at Covina. So we couldn't get that place back. So I didn't really have I had online, but it's different than in person. When I was volunteering, I had a group of strong black men that lived their life out and much older than me that were able to help me in my faith, but I just didn't really have that anymore. So then we had all of summer, right? And all of summer, my faith was God was really testing my faith because I was in and out of sin. That's what happens when we're all isolated and we're there's all these things happening around us. There was times where I was questioning. I was like, okay, is God real? Okay, I know that he's real. Is Jesus really God? Because I know there's a God for sure, but is he Jesus? Is the Bible truth? Is it God's revelation on earth, or is it just something man-made? So those were questions that I've had. It was also like, is this what God is calling me to do? How does God want me to live my life? Am I living my life in the way that I should be? Am I doing the right things? Am I praying and reading my Bible, which I was very scarce at? I'm like, okay, how am I gonna be a leader if I'm not doing the things that he calls me to do, or if I'm not, being strong in my faith? And then August came, and a lot of those questions stopped coming up, and I kind of got more back into my faith. But sometimes we kind of wrestle with that, whether God is real, or whether we want to do something, whether it's good or bad. But once August came, I was just like, oh shoot, man, this is the time now. School is starting back up. I really have to be a leader. At the same time, in August, I got an email saying that my church actually found a home. They purchased a whole building in Pomona, so they were gonna be able to start service soon. And that really lifted my spirits because I was able to actually get in communion with people again, and that was definitely great because I needed that in my life. My pastor actually texted me and said, "Hey Kev, we're starting a neighborhood group, man. If you want to join us, man, we're gonna be playing dominoes, man, and we're gonna be reading the Bible. And I was like, yo, okay, I'm down, man. We got the men coming in with this. This is what I needed. So I bought a whole new Bible because they were laughing at me when I was reading the scripture. They're like, what translation is this? And now having both sides of those coins, having staff and coaching help me with the Bible study, and being back in church, and have a lot of and have those men around me that's able to lead me up. I feel like I'll be able to lead this Bible study for the next year. Thank you guys for watching this video, man. I just wanted to get this all out here, and I hope that it kind of inspires you in your faith, and you kind of reflect on all that's happened in these past few days about Chadwick. But there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel, even though 2020 is hitting us all in all ways. So take care, though.